Any advice to someone that wants to start YouTube and streaming? Yeah. Sure. That's a good question to wrap up on. Any advice that I would give to someone that wants to get into YouTube and streaming? The first thing. What advice would I give? I would say a few things. The first thing is a piece of advice. You've heard it before. You're going to hear it again. But it really cannot be stressed enough how important this is. And that is just simply be yourself and express yourself. You know, oftentimes in life, we tend to put on masks without even realizing it. And we wear different masks around different people and around different audiences. You know, when we are around our mother and father, we act one way. When we are on stream, we act another. You know, and so on and so forth. Hold on one second. I remember now. There we go. And one of the biggest things is that, yeah, like obviously you're going to kind of wear a mask online. You know, you don't want to be telling people about your personal problems and drama and maybe something going on in the background. Yeah, because you know, your audience doesn't need to know that. That's your business. But, you know, the thing is that when it comes to your online work as a streamer and as a YouTuber, really express who you are and don't be afraid to express who you are. You know, in a way, like when it comes to YouTube and streaming, you know, you are your own worst enemy. And it's not just YouTube and streaming. It's kind of just like any kind of small business. You know, you have this fear that, oh, people are not going to like my product. People are not going to like my content. They're not going to like my streams, you know, and you're just like kind of getting in your own way. And beating yourself up when honestly you don't know if people are going to like your stuff. You don't know if people are going to like your streams, your YouTube videos, but you got to try, you know, put it out there. The next piece of advice, you know, or let me finish this point, you know, put your content out there. Don't be afraid to put it out there. And most of all, put yourself out there a little bit. You know, if you're an artist, be an artist and put out your paintings into the world. If you're somebody like me and you just liked making machinima, put your machinimas out into the world and, you know, let the world have it and just, you know, see what people say. The second piece of advice that I would give is that, like, you got to ask yourself a very serious question. And it's ultimately, like, honestly, I could go on this subject for quite a while because this is a huge subject. But, you know, you also need to ask yourself the question at some point, what are you trying to get out of YouTube and streaming? Are you just trying to do it for a hobby? Like, you know, just like, I'm just doing it for fun, you know, nothing serious. Okay, you don't have to learn things like YouTube SEO. You don't have to learn marketing. You don't have to learn, like, you know, advanced video editing. Forget all that stuff. You don't need any of that. All right? Just have fun with it. But if you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this for a living. I'm gonna do this as a job. You probably want to learn how to market yourself a little bit. You probably are going to want to work on some skills like being able to do public speaking, being able to, like, you know, speak to an audience like this. You know, you probably are going to want to practice skills. Like, for example, there are people out there that they can't save money. You know, I know a couple people like that. You guys probably know a couple people like that. They really struggle with saving money. If you're going to be self-employed, you got to know how to save money. Because remember, you know, it depends on the country and the place, but it, like for me, for example, I lose 32% of anything I make to the government. So it's like, okay, like you give me like, you know, $10. Hey, thanks for the $6.50 or whatever it is, $6, whatever cents. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So you got to know how to save money because Mr. Taxman needs his cut at the end of the year, right? Got to know how to save. So you start working on cultivating like the various skills that you need over time. Some more advice that I could give. Dude, Mr. Colty. I'm looking forward to the next GM plushies. Here's a little push towards it. Dude, Mr. Coliti. Or Coliti. I don't know how to pronounce it. Thank you very much. You know, but again, that's only if you're like really serious. Like you want to make it a job, right? Mr. Quality. Oh, quality. I see. Okay. Quality. Anyway. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the $30. Thank you for contributing. Yeah, but you know, if you're having fun with it, you know, just have fun with it, man. And you never know what's gonna happen. Did I start Nixium trying to turn it into like some small business and trying to make tons of money and stuff and blah, 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 and quit my job? Nope. I just was making machinima. I was just having fun, you know, and I liked YouTube. I thought YouTube was fun. And so I spent a little bit of time just learning how to tag and title and whatnot back in the old algorithm, that is. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, my videos started taking off. Completely unexpected, completely unplanned. Did I expect the Nixium Highlights channel to do very well? No, but we're already in like, it's been like a month and we're already breaking like 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for that. I mean, am I expecting anything out of this Nixium Machinima channel and stuff? Like re-uploading old Machinimas, then eventually uploading new Machinimas on there? No. You know, again, don't have an agenda as well. Like, you know, again, anxiety, it comes from having an agenda of self-pleasure. It always does. You know, you don't think like that. You say, hey, I want to have fun. I want to have a place where people can just watch Nixium Machinima, so I'm going to create it. All right? I want to have a place where people that can't catch me live every day can see some cool highlights from the stream, so I'm going to create it. I want to express myself on the internet with various, you know, videos and things and share my thoughts on games and stuff. So I created it. That's it. You know, you're just having fun. And we'll see what happens. You know, like maybe, you know, it'll become a job for you one day if that's what you want. Or, you know, maybe it'll just stay as like, you know, just a little fun like thing you do on the side. So ultimately, yeah, just be patient. Practice the discipline of faith, and I think that you'll do very well. So I seriously could talk about this subject all night. It's a huge subject. I mean, it's stuff like, you know, like, oh, how do I grow an online business? You know, if that is your goal, like you're going to treat it like a business, how do I do that? I mean, people go to college for that, you know, and pay like thousands and thousands of dollars for like the advice and the teachings and stuff. But yeah, but I'm just trying to keep it simple. I guess a final piece of advice, since I gave 2 pieces of advice, I'm gonna give one more. Nice, even 3. You are never going to please everyone. And the moment that you try to start pleasing everybody, you are always going to be doomed to be depressed. Always, because you're trying to please the unpleasable world. So the last piece of advice that I would give you is this. If you make content, if you're really passionate about your artwork or something, I don't know, whatever it is that you're doing, or like the game that you're streaming, and people don't like it, don't take it personally. It's okay. There are people out there that think Nixium Machinimas are the cringiest, worst things on the planet. And you know what? Maybe they are for them. There are people out there that think Nixium Machinimas are the funniest things on the planet. Thank you. I appreciate it. And that's just how you got to think. It's perfectly okay for people to have different interests. And sometimes people will express those interests those biases and whatnot. They will express them very harshly and very rudely. Don't take it personally. Maybe that person is just going through a hard time. Maybe that person is just lost and confused or depressed or angry. And they're just taking it out on the streamer. They're taking it out on your YouTube comment section. You know what? It's okay. Take the abuse. Like, take the punch. It is completely fine. You know, because if you got your life under control and you're stable and you're good and you're happy, you know, yeah, that's it. So, you know what's not cringe, though? Raid Shadow Legends. Exactly. All I'm really trying to say is that ultimately, if you're going to try to be a streamer or YouTuber, you gotta do Raid Shadow Legends sponsorships. That's what it's all about. You know? That's it. And that is my quick piece of advice for being a streamer or a YouTuber. So, love the sage wisdom. No problem.